Hello, I'm Welton Gaddy in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Democratic National Convention, representing Interfaith Alliance and State of Belief Radio. I had a chance this morning to visit with an old friend. He's actually been on State of Belief Radio many times. Harry Knox is his name, and Harry now runs the effective and well-known organization called Religious Coalition for Reproductive Choice. Harry Knox is a longtime great leader spiritually and in the GLBT community and in other ways as well. Harry, is religion going to play a major role in this campaign and in this election? And if it is, what's it going to be?
Well, I do think it's going to make a major difference, Welton, as it always does. People in the movable middle are often motivated by their faith, and not just the folks in the middle, but certainly those that are always contended over in elections. In our country are motivated by their faith from both sides of the political spectrum. And I think this year in particular it's going to matter how people are talking about faith and whether they are pandering to people of faith or if they're treating us like the thoughtful, deep, prayerful people that we seek to be. And I think it'll make a real difference which party does takes which tack.
Well, one other question, and I particularly want to ask you because I know you understand the terminology, and that's about religious freedom. Yeah. Religious freedom is getting redefined in some circles and ignored in other circles. What do you think is at stake for religious freedom in this election?
Well, in order for us to practice religious freedom, we have to actually be free. And there are many forces in our country who are seeking to enshrine their particular set of religious beliefs into law and making the rest of us live according to their dictates. And so in this election, I think what's really at stake is whether people listen and pay attention to that, see which leaders are allowing them real freedom, for instance, to choose to have contraceptive coverage or not, or if they're siding with people who would tell them what to do with their own bodies. That's going to be really important in this election cycle.
And that's it's a pretty high stake.
It really is. It's life and death.
Are you pleased, displeased, don't care how Romney has in some ways run from his religion and let other people talk about it rather than him? And I don't really know what President Obama is going to do yet, whether he's going to talk about his or not. How do you feel about the presidential candidates talking about their religion to voters?
Well, I think it's important for them to tell us what motivates them from a variety of standpoints, and certainly religion is one of them. And so it's important for him to interpret the Mormon experience to us for himself, and hopefully he'll tell us what he really believes over time. What concerns me is where the money goes. And unfortunately with the Mormon Church, oftentimes the money goes toward restricting people's religious freedom and their personal freedoms. And so what he tells me is less important to me than what I know already about the organizations that he supports.
And am I right that what you know is that the Mormon Church puts a lot of money into trying to defeat initiatives for GLBT rights?
That's true. The Mormon Church has really been one of the chief funders, along with the Roman Catholic Church, of anti-LGBT initiatives through the ballot box and also with state legislatures. So for me, the proof is in the pudding. I'm less interested in what he says than in what his actions have been to date.
That's great. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Great to be with you, too.
Nice to meet you.